Hi guys, I'm Shmee, good afternoon, hello to you, and welcome back to the channel where you join me again in Cortina, Italy, after an amazing day on the hill. It's been snowing all day, which means powder, lots of fun, and great skiing, but now that we're back in, it's time for a little bit of car fun. We're going to head out in the AMG GT R, the Schneemobile, as I think now is very accurately the name for it, given it's under snow from being parked outside all day, but this follows up the previous video that you may or may not have seen, because I'm out here with Greg B, hence the F12 TDF behind and the GT4 Lusso. We were driving those around, doing donuts and all sorts, as well as his Ferrari Enzo and F50, the four V12s together. Today though, it's the bi-turbo V8. I'm looking forward to getting my car out again and having some fun. The light is falling fast, as you can see. We've been on the slopes all afternoon, but just before it goes completely, we have to take the car out and go for a drive. The proper Schneemobile under snow here, and I know some of you will be saying you should have parked it away, but there's something about seeing a supercar with snow on it, like this, that is just awesomely cool. And obviously that car has winter tyres. Greg B's F12 TDF also has winter tyres, although in this weather it might not make the most sense to take it out, even though yesterday I did this, or drove this, and did donuts around an Enzo in that. That was awesome fun. That's also got winter tyres on it as well. The GT4 Lusso, by far the most sensible winter car out of these three. All-wheel drive and a little bit more practicality to shove the skis in the back. Again, winter tyres, or, well, we've been taking the Levante up the hill because that makes by far the most sense overall. Anyway, we need to get the snow off the GTR so that we can drive it out. You've got to be careful doing this kind of thing because if you don't take the snow off the roof, as soon as you brake, it all slides forward and you can't see anything. So we need to de-scrape it, get rid of all of that, then fire it up and head on out. To do this then, I'm going to use the most hilarious thing ever, a scraper with a mitt. That is actually a thing, so your hand doesn't get cold while you're scraping. But we can get rid of all of the snow, which is always fun, and then actually see something. Unfortunately, the car does have PPF, so it's not getting damaged by any snow being all over it. So we can get rid of all of this. The car is scraped clean, but newsflash, we're being joined by Greg in the 6x6. Green Panzer is coming out, and this is going to be the backup support vehicle for when I inevitably get stuck, and we need this to get us out. So we filmed with this car once in Sardinia before, and we're going to film with it again properly while we're out here in Cortina, but that is an absolute weapon for this kind of terrain that we have right now with all of the lovely white stuff. Anyway, let me jump into the GTR and start to get this journey underway up the hill. We're going to head towards the ski slope. Whoa, I nearly fell over. It's icy underneath this. I don't want him to run me over. He is blinding us, but let us instantly into life, even though it is, well, it says 1.5 degrees, but I don't necessarily believe it given how cold it is here right now. Let us get driving. We're up to nearly 8,000 kilometers on the clock now, which is just crazy. So, off we go. The funniest thing about this then, as we head out of central Cortina, is that in front of me is the Mercedes 6x6, which is the most ludicrous thing in the world going up these roads. And this is potentially, I can feel it already, a little bit slippy. And this car is currently reporting that the engine oil temp is 10 degrees Celsius. That is much more at home on this kind of road. Where are you taking me, Greg B? I have to be very, very gentle given how cold the engine of the car is. Just look at that thing going up through these kind of lanes. I kind of want to keep up with him, but I don't want to take any chances because I'm looking at all these concrete walls around me and thinking, well, like that, there we go, a little bit slippy. Yeah, Winter Wonderland right now, isn't it? This is almost the proper definition of Winter Wonderland, and this guy is like, what on earth are you two doing? Slippy, slippy. We're in individual, which means traction is in sport mode, so I could go into comfort and have it fully on, but I like to have a little bit more control. A little bit of control, just not very much control. Going up is easier than coming down. Coming down, you have to be watching your brakes and stuff. Oh my goodness, where are we going? Can we go up here? Yep, we can just. Probably would have been a better idea to take the main road, not this road. Yeah, I think that's us done. Down we go. I think he picked this road just because he knew that I couldn't go up it. But I can drive backwards very gently, and we'll take the main road up this time rather than the small, dodgy back road. He's trolling me. He's always trolling me, and now he's going to turn around and face us. You joined me at the back of the car because we've come up with the way to do this. So I've taken out the towing eye, which we're going to go and put round to the front. I'm just trying to put this bit of trim panel back in right now so that I don't leave the car in a mess. The boot is full of junk, as you can see. The floor is very, very icy. I could literally go surfing down this street right now. It's amazing that the car actually has any grip at all. But at the front, there is a cover here that we've removed. So if you're ever wondering where the AMG towing eye is, that piece pulls out, even though the guidebook kind of says the whole trim panel pulls out. This goes in here. I can't see at all because the headlights are in my eye. We do that. Screw it in tight. Obviously, if you're on a racetrack, you need to do this in advance, but if you're messing around on snow, you should also do this in advance. And then we will use a rope and see if we can pull the car up. Let's see what happens. I'm joined by some friends today. So Dav is currently tying the rope to the car. Greg's driving Green Panzer. And also a shout out to Giorgio, who's currently holding the camera.
Hi guys, I'm trying to film.
So we're gonna get, somehow, oh my goodness, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I think these guys have more experience of this than I do. Yeah. Thanks, Dav. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. We're in neutral, handbrake is off, and we're being towed up the hill. That's gone very wrong very quickly. In reverse. Okay, we have okay grip here. We're fine. I'm not slipping. Not yet, anyway. Oh, this has not gone to plan. It was a fun idea. But unfortunately, with the angle of the slope there, that was never going to work. My towing eye being on the right, the Green Panzer having it on the left, just meant that effectively it was good with a slight camber on the hill. It was just going to end up in sliding into the ditch. No go for now. Well, we found our way around and now we're back on the main road, which doesn't have anywhere nearly as much snow on it. It's been bashed and cleaned and swept and stuff, but they're heading off. So it's fair to say this didn't go entirely to plan this evening. I wanted to go find a car park and misbehave a little bit, but that really needs the flat, not what we had, which was stupidly icy and difficult. And I mean, this works fine. Driving on this kind of stuff is no stress at all, obviously being very gentle anyway. But yeah, that was just too much. And then the towing plan didn't really go to plan. I think it's safe to say that that bit of snow fun did not go entirely to plan, and now it's pitch dark, so we're parked back up at base, and I'm using actually the light on the top of my video camera, which is very, very bright in my face. I don't frequently use it, but it is going to let me show you quickly the car, because obviously I was very anxious just to check that there was no damage or anything to the car. Obviously snow is soft, but you never know what's hidden inside the snow, but fortunately all down here on the front corner is completely fine, and obviously this car has the full topaz detailing paint protection film, so obviously the front bumper was done, but then we did the whole car as well. So even if there were any, I guess, thin scratches or something, they would just be on the film, which is self-healing. So you can actually, either out in the sun on a hot day, obviously not right at this time of year, in a couple of months, or using a hairdryer or something, you can actually heat it up and the thin scratches will disappear, which is really very cool. Or worst case, if you've slightly punctured the film, you can just peel it back and get rid of it. And you might remember the video we did with my FF where we took some keys to the car and demonstrated how aggressively the film will actually protect. So that's really very cool. Anyway, car is completely fine. That was number one, most important thing. So it drives reasonably well in winter tyres, but when you get to ice where you can barely walk, and it doesn't really work, and to be honest, I can't really walk even up here, so the fact that the car is able to reverse into that parking space, given it's a gradient uphill, has worked quite impressively as well. Obviously the TDF would be quite interesting in the same circumstances. Similarly wide rear wheels, very, very wide fronts as well in this car, but 200 odd horsepower more, significantly more valuable, so not worth chancing. But I am basically turning myself into a snowman here. Filming outside, as you can see, there is a lot of snow falling, but nonetheless, eventful, entertaining little bit of an evening, even if it didn't go exactly as we intended it to. Hopefully I'll film some more stuff with the 6x6 when we have some more daylight, although it's forecast to snow an awful lot overnight tonight. which is going to make that quite interesting to have a look at. Actually, it's going to make the TDF even more interesting, given how much snow is already on it. But fun and games out here in Cortina with Greg B. I'm definitely enjoying myself, whatever happens. I'm glad that the car escaped unscathed, even though it got stuck and needed a little bit of help. Although, eventually, of course, we did reverse out, so I could have just reversed out straight away, but that would have been the boring thing to do, right? And sometimes it's more fun just to see what happens, and it would have been awesome if Green Panzer could have pulled us up the hill. Anyway, it wasn't to be this time, so the snow fun, not quite what we expected. The Winter Wonderland, however, awesome as always. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it all the time. We'll be back on the road with this car very soon, doing plenty more fun stuff as well, so make sure to stay tuned, stay subscribed, and check it all out when it gets uploaded. That's it for now, though. I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!